And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? What have you been up to? Why have you been doing it? Etc, etc, etc. Give me something to fucking talk about, because I never prepare for these. There's a reason they're called terrible live streams. Still blows my mind when people come in and tell me that it's bad. And I'm like, yeah. What else do you want me to say? I called the fucking thing what it was. Do you want me to make it better? Do you want to make me a liar? More than I usually am? So, yeah. Some may have noticed that Mrs. Sick did an extra bit of art. So we've replaced the moon with Space Castle. And it now looks like Blossom, her character from her show, is king of a castle, which I think is fucking hilarious. So I might leave him there and save myself a job of swapping him over all the time. Anyway, let's find the chat. So Sick, autocorrect should have been more precisely as auto assume. I heard it called autocorrupt the other day, and I think that's fucking brilliant. I don't know if autocorrupt was itself an autocorrect. And if it was, it's about the most perfect thing that has ever happened in the entire universe. I'm polishing a cabin window from an Airbus A320, as one does.
Very normal thing to do, yeah.
Now I'm trying to figure out if that you're working and posting on stream, or that you somehow just have a hobby of cleaning airplanes. Either way, I've always found that there's a surprisingly high percentage of people who work in the, what do you call it, the aircraft industry, happen to find my videos. I guess because I do not that many, but I have done more than one video on how planes are totally fake. And yeah, they love that shit because it's hilariously stupid. So, it turns out I've been working for a lie my whole life. Who knew? I also want to find out that one that there's always some unnamed pilot who knows the truth, and it's like, I wouldn't trust that motherfucker to fly me anywhere. I wonder why they're unnamed. Have I got myself a new horse? I haven't even got an old horse. I haven't got any horse.
I'm the horse.
There's a joke in there about in the bedroom.
I don't know. I just thinking like, yeah, I could get on all fours. I'm like, oh, please don't sit on me. You're massive.
Do you want me to ride you into battle?
Please no. My back already hurts.
They're called aeronauts. Fair enough. It's the aviation industry. That's the fucking phrase I'm looking for. Not just the people who fly them.
What's that boss from Elden Ring that rides a tiny horse?
Oh, Radahn?
Yeah, that's what it would be like.
Do you know the name of that horse?
No.
It's called Leonard.
Aww.
Yeah. I think people only know because he's got a name on... yeah, Yana's knows. We only know because he's got a name on the fucking model, on the 3D model. So Sick, don't fly Boeing. I promise not to fly a Boeing aircraft, because I will never learn.
Just for you.
Just for you. And the fact that learning to fly an aircraft sounds like a lot of work for me not giving much of a shit, or having enough money to make that a hobby.
I just realised the title. Is that supposed to be a Nietzsche reference?
Don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about philosophy.
Okay.
I've been told that many times. Because I made a joke about it being stupid, which in itself is a philosophical statement that has been made by more than one philosopher. It's almost like the people who accuse me of that don't know any fucking philosophy.
It is a good book, though. I like it.
You're a good book. Owned.
Okay.
Flurfus says she's smaller because perspective. Who's smaller? Mrs. Sick? That makes sense. She's actually enormous. It's just I'm standing ever so slightly to the side. Sessik is a terrible pilot. I would be literally if not the worst pilot, because I do play the Vimeo games and I have played a decent number of flight simulators, but I would definitely be worse than a qualified pilot, I'm pretty sure. Learning to fly is no problem. It's the takeoff and land. I think it's the landing that's the... Like, taking off isn't strictly that difficult. If you've got enough space and you go fast enough, you do a fly. But landing... yeah, that's the bit that's most easy to fuck up. That's the bit I always fucked up in the flight simulator, so, you know, point made. Hang on, if you're on the moon... What's that orbiting the totally accurate flat Earth? The moon.
This isn't the moon.
This isn't the moon. This is the castle.
We're on a castle, yeah.
Yeah. Well, castle grounds. I don't know where this moon is. Don't know what you're talking about. Random personal fact. I name all my cars after horses in popular fiction. You name your cars. You're like...
I name technology, though.
Yeah. I was going to say Mrs. Sick does the same, but with technology. And I used to hate it, and now I tolerate it because she's going to do it anyway. And I just don't let her name the things that are my things. She always wanted to name my stuff like stupid, like hyper masculine bullshit that I didn't like because I'm a big manly man. And it's just like, it's just a fucking computer. I like my computer.
It's not hyper masculine.
You wanted to call one of them the Master.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
That's why I had to put my foot down. That's just cringe.
That was because you were really into like the PC Master Race song for a while.
That was way before that song
was
came
a
out.
long...
That was way before that song came out. That Dan Bull song is really good though. It's very funny. But I'm the same with literally any piece of music that I hear. I just get it stuck in my head. Most recently is Perception Check by Tom Cardy. I'm just constantly walking around the house going, loot that body, gotta loot that body. Loot that body, gotta loot that motherfucker.
Can you tell he's ADHD?
She asked me, how many times have you heard that song? And I'm like 10, but it's nowhere near as many times as I've repeated it to myself. Hundreds and hundreds of times. I had a flying lesson once and I did so well the instructor let me land and I didn't kill anyone, which was nice. Are you that guy from fucking what is it now? Fast Show. Man, that show was before its time. That all of those clips from the Fast Show work quite well on the internet. Because yeah. I tried learning to fly. But my arms wore out, so now they're just big stumps. That's why I see. Just flapping so much. Just air resistance. Completely fucking eroded your arms. It's kind of horrifying to think about. Did she try to name your computer Kevin Sorbo? Kevin? That name... I'm sure that one's supposed to be familiar, but my brain...
I'm more likely to name it
Wait,
Kevin
isn't he
Bacon.
Mr. Disappointed? Or am I thinking of someone else? So now I have to check.
I can't remember who.
My brain doesn't
the
see
name
his...
rings a bell, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Mr. Disappointed.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but my brain... Like Sorbo, I was like, oh, the last name is Sorbo, but I don't think he's called Kevin. What a fucking shit name that is.
Isn't he a bit of an idiot?
Oh... Bit of an idiot. He made a series of films about atheists called God's Not Dead and various sequels. I don't know if he made sequels, to be honest, but I feel like that happened, and they are so fucking stupid because obviously what he knows of atheism is just complete fucking straw man nonsense. That they always end up hating God. My wife died, and now I hate God, so I'm an atheist. No, you just hate God. You're a Christian who's pissed off at God. Fuck off.
Oh, I can't remember what it is now. There's an actual title for somebody who believes but hates God.
Steve.
I'm sure chat will know it. Yeah, a twat. Yeah.
Anti-theist is
It's
not someone who
anti-
believes but
it's
hates
not
God.
anti-theist.
That is someone who is against theists
is it
or theism
I
in
think
general,
is it
specifically.
Is it a dystheist? I think that's what it is.
Dystheist, that's where you call God's mum fat. I thought it was funny.
Right,
Shut
okay.
up.
No, you believe in God, but you think God is bad. You think God is evil.
He's not a bit of an idiot. He's all the idiot. I think that's me. Thank you very much.
Misotheist, right? Yeah, that might be it.
Misotheist is someone who believes that miso soup is God.
Isn't miso's like cabbage?
I don't know.
Yeah, hatred of God. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
That's a Satanist. No, a Satanist would be just someone who believes in Satan and worships them.
Oh, fermented soybeans.
Modern Satanist.
Yeah, okay.
Modern Satanist who is almost certainly an atheist.
I can't have miso. I'm probably allergic to it.
Or you just hate.
Yeah, well, I'm allergic to soy, so.
Star Streak Nudity in Space. Oh. For a second there I thought you'd misspelt Trek, and then I realised you hadn't. Now I'm mad. Miso is fermented soybean paste. That sounds fucking revolting. Most things that are fermented are not going to be great. Spunk
Says the one who drinks whiskey.
Whiskey is You like whiskey? Shut up.
It's okay, but I'm not
You literally had some yesterday. Don't lie. And your favourite drink is a fucking whiskey liqueur.
I had one. What do you mean I had it yesterday? I had it today.
No, you had the whiskey liqueur today. You had a whiskey yesterday in your drink.
Oh yeah, I had one.
So I keep track of these things. I'm very... Don't fucking question me about what other people drank.
You just automatically know what the whiskey supply is.
I just know everywhere on the planet all at the same time. Oh, that motherfucker just had one. Ugh. Like the fermented fish in Sweden. Surströmming. That's an aggressive name for a food.
Depends how you say it, I guess.
Damn, this time warp. I'm 15 minutes ahead. How dare you? I thought... So you're 15 minutes exactly, because I assume you only have one head. But cookies are baked by an AI bakery. What? Are you talking about internet cookies? Or are you talking about real cookies? I would have AI baked cookies. I can't see any reason why that would be necessarily bad. 6. Daily whiskey journal is vast and detailed and endless. God, could you imagine if you somehow could track just one simple task of that everyone on Earth was doing all at the same time? It goes to show how imbecilic the idea that God knows everything that's happening all at once and knows it all. It's just like, why would he want to? No one would want to. That's so fucking dumb.
Watsky? Isn't that the rapper?
What?
I don't know. That's what Dick said.
There's Wasky. Oh no, he's saying Wasky. It's a way I say whiskey sometimes.
I thought you meant the rapper.
The Waskies. Oh no, someone else said Watsky. What Sky? Surströmming is the most bile thing you'll ever smell. It smells like bile. That sounds fucking great. Alright, it's bile. I raised my glass Jameson Irish whiskey to catching you on a live streams. Prost. Same, I'm not a huge fan of Jameson. Actually, I quite like the orange one because it really, really tastes of oranges. But last time I tried Jameson, it made me feel very ill because I got very, very ill by drinking a bottle of Jameson's Irish whiskey. Not a good move.
Delicious bile.
Masturbation journals pages are all stuck together. I wonder why. I wonder if anybody does keep a masturbation journal. Someone has to.
Isn't that like a very 70s thing?
What, to keep a masturbation journal?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have literally no idea. I wouldn't have even conceived of keeping...
It's like, yeah, but it's like got a picture and it's just like, this is the one I wanked on Tuesday. So you write that down.
Just put all the pictures in of things that you've wanked to. Various sexually shaped tree logs.
Big book of wanks.
Great big book of wank. Who is better, Irish whiskey or Scotch? Well, I prefer Scotch. I wouldn't. It's all about quality levels anyway.
Let's get Alexa to track it these days.
That's true. But Alexa, wank track. Someone's gone, I don't understand. And someone's Alexa's gone, of course. And activated. It's a coffee table book. I swear to God, I remember at some point in my existence, someone made a coffee table book that folded out into a little table. And that's just fucking great. I love shit like that. Plus, God keeping track of all those personal plans for everyone, but those plans are always going wrong with free will in the mix. It get very confusing and frustrating. Yeah, but he also already knows the outcome. So the idea that there is any free will suddenly means nothing because he knows what's going to happen, which means it has to happen because if he doesn't know that it's going to happen, then something else could happen. It's almost like giving God tri-omni properties makes him fucking ludicrously stupid. Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, the whole single malt family. I don't know why that has to be a song. But again, like this, I don't say that any particular type of whiskey is better or worse. I like bourbon or Kentucky sour mash thingy. I like Scotch, but I don't like peaty whiskey because it tastes like TCP. I actually genuinely cannot understand how anybody likes it. And it's like a good portion of Scotch whiskey is peaty whiskey, and it's fucking nasty. And I used to like Irish whiskey, and then I ruined myself on it. But I should try it again. I mean, Irish cream has Irish whiskey in it, and I fucking love Irish cream. I could drink bottles of that because it's basically like milkshake. But it's like milkshake, but way fucking tastier. Oh, man. There's a mint choc chip Baileys, and it is fucking delicious. And I'm sure someone's like, well, actually, Glefluggerberg, the alternative to Baileys, is way nicer. I was like, okay, I'm sure it is. That doesn't stop me liking Baileys. Fuck off. I like Scotch old enough to vote, which sadly means I can't afford to drink it very often. Oof. Fair enough. Do you have drink cocktails? I do have drink cocktails sometime. Sometimes I have don't drink cocktail. I like most whiskey except Canadian. Just seems to taste too sweet to me. I don't like... my mum is a huge fan of Southern Comfort. That shit is unfucking drinkable. It is so sweet. It just makes me... I don't know. Like, I've got no problem with sweeties. I love sweeties. But fuck that shit. Chocolate Baileys. Yes, please. We had the chocolate Baileys. And it was underwhelming. It was like this really fancy Belgian chocolate Baileys. And it just had this really thick, gooey chocolate in it. Which made it much less pleasant than just standard issue Baileys. And, well, mint choc chip Baileys is just, it's got mint flavour in it. And I fucking love mint flavour. It's one of my favourite things. Remember you've been enjoying Bullet Bourbon a couple of weeks ago. Actually asked the customer if they wanted sick endorsed brand bourbon. And they went, what? Because nobody knows who the fuck I am. I mean, 100,000 plus people do.
If you start telling anybody if you want something that's sick endorsed, the first thing they're going to think is vomit.
Yeah, you want something that tastes like sick. I mean, if you cut open my blood, I think it would taste a lot like bourbon. Mm. Yeah, if I'm going to be drinking something, it's probably, if I'm drinking as a drink and not as a look how fucking fancy I am, it's going to be some kind of bourbon because I just enjoy the flavour. But if I'm being fancy, it's Glenmorangie, which is a Scotch that doesn't taste like fucking medicine. Try Southern Comfort with tonic water. It's gummy bear water if mixed 1-to-1. It tastes like molten Haribos. It's awesome, but hides the alcohol really well. I like a lot of people actually quite like when the alcohol hit is there. Not because I'm so fucking... There's people, if they can't taste the alcohol in it, then it can't possibly have alcohol in it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but that drink wouldn't taste like that if it didn't have that alcohol in it. There's a reason that there's an alcohol-free whiskey. It's disgusting. It doesn't taste even close to the flavour that you get from a whiskey. I was really disappointed by it. Like, I thought if it could do like half the job, I could have a non-alcoholic drink that I could enjoy and pretend to myself that I'm having whiskey when I'm not. But no, it's just gross. It's actually just gross. I can't remember the name of it. There are probably more of them. Maybe some of them are better, but the first one I tried was a big fucking disappointment. I like my whiskey like I like my women. 20 years old and mixed up with Coke. Fair enough. NyQuil is just Jaeger. Jaeger is just NyQuil. That's the way around that is. I devoured 1 litre of rum today. By devoured... I tried to replicate it with alcohol. Got a few good contenders, but nothing even came close. You need the Southern Comfort and the alcohol in it. I mean, fair enough.
I'm trying my German skills out. It's not working out very well.
That's what Google Translate is for. I know it's not 100% accurate, but you have some idea what the fuck it's saying. And the correct answer to all German is Ich habe Brot. We all know this now. I have made it. It is a fact. Imagine being a chat mod for these lot. Most of them are only chat mods for reasons that they shouldn't be. And they don't mod shit. They're not allowed. Slowly but surely losing mod privileges. You use it, you lose it.
Okay. Should I give it an attempt at the German?
No.
Why?
Because. What if you mess it up?
But it's there.
You'll be so embarrassed. Or what if it's something fucked up that you shouldn't be saying? Okay. Maybe read it first. If you have any idea what it means. I
haven't. Yeah, it's talking about somebody called Barbara. So I'm sure it's fine.
Well, Barbara is the worst.
Okay.
Her name was Barbara. No, I think it was Barbara.
In a small town, the girl with the name of Barbara. something about rhubarb. And that's about it.
Barbara. Aunt Shirley Temple's mocktails. I can't remember. I know that most ones without alcohol in it are virgin whatever, and I'll be damned if anybody thinks I'm a virgin. Do you owe them money, Sir Sick? No. They just gave me money, which they shouldn't. So you give them the privilege of modding? No one on the internet. I don't owe anyone on the internet any money. I don't borrow money off of people. I do ask people for money because I'm a handsome famouser and I need money in order to do more of that. And if they're willing to give me money, then cool. I like money. It's great. You can buy whiskey with it. Fucking awesome. Wish I'd have known that sooner.
Alright, I Google Translate.
Instead of having to steal it.
I Google Translated because I was curious and it still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, JDA 79 did not pay for his range. That is not true. Definitely terms of service, etc. But that was a very long time ago now. It's been a really long time since I did anything like that. Because I read the terms of service and went, shit, I'm not allowed to do that. Alright, I'm going to stop now. Of course I get drunk walking past the soda aisle at the grocer's. That's my excuse. Oh, I was just walking past the soda aisle. Not that I would call it soda. Pop. Hey, Sir Sick, what do your farts smell like? Just curious.
That is a very weird curiosity.
That's a very weird question. Mostly gross. Depends what I've eaten, mostly, actually. Spricken si Spanish. I can speak the stupidly smallest amount. I know the most important phrase, which is dos cerveza, por favor. Although I don't know what 2 whiskeys, please.
I know El Gato.
Dos el gato, por favor. New merch. Sir Sick brand aged farts. I'm not doing the fucking gamer girl bathwater shit.
Hey, the Krankenwagen.
What's a Krankenwagen?
An ambulance. It literally means sick wagon. It's like hospital's a crank house. Sick house.
I thought that was a bar. Do you put the pickles on your pasta? I don't like pickles, so no. I don't put pickles anywhere near any of my things. They're gross. Another good phrase is Donda esta. I can't remember what that phrase starting with G means, but I feel like it's rude. And then senorita. So, where are the something senoritas? It's either going to be really rude or it's going to be completely just mundane. My favourite phrase in Dutch, twee bieren. That's a fucking hell of a word. I'm not even going to try. But 3 beers or 2 beers?
Alstublieft.
Alstublieft.
I don't know. I don't know what the.
I'd buy Sir Sick fart water, to be honest. How would we contain the fart water?
In
would
alcohol,
it just be
obviously.
water I had farted in?
It's fart infused alcohol.
Honestly, if you wanted actual fart water, you'd shit in the water and then
my God.
just not get the shit in the jar. Because effectively, farts are just shit flakes that are so small. That's what makes them smell. Pretty beautiful. Okay. So it was a good thing. It wasn't some horrible, rude word. Then why do your farts smell? What? Because everybody's farts smell? Anybody who thinks effectively their shit doesn't stink is usually a giant asshole.
Or they have a lack of sense of smell.
Well, there is that. Sir Sick brand fart infused whiskey. Yeah, because that'll fucking sell well. I'm not gonna.
It's only the terrible people who would want that.
That brings me to my philosophy on if I ever fucking get around to having a sponsorship, is that it would have to be something that I would physically use. Like, I would take a sponsorship for a whiskey that I enjoyed, even if it was a bit overpriced. I'd be like, okay, this is a whiskey that I can drink. I'm happy to sell it to you. Well, not sell it to you, but recommend it and get paid money to do that. It's why, like, your Raycons, you could argue that Raycons are like fine. They're cheap earphones, but they're overpriced. But I wouldn't use them because to me they just sound like shit. And there's way better earphones that you can get for less money.
KBs.
Yeah, if you want wired. I mean, you can get exchanged all their wires with a Bluetooth thing that goes around your neck. But whatever. Like, I would never have that. I would never sell that fucking magic spoon. What a fuckload of bullshit that is. It's not even that, from the sounds of it, it's not very nice cereal, but an 800-gram box of any brand, proper branded, the fucking Kellogg's one from the supermarket, 800 grams is going to be like £5. 200 grams of magic spoon for like £10. Fuck off. No. Bad. That's just fucking stupid. That's beyond being a bit quirky and different.
Just have bran flakes. It probably tastes better anyway.
Just have anything. Just have a cereal you like that doesn't cost you your fucking soul. Not that I believe in those, but still. This chat will never be brought to you by fucking a brand of video game that's not really a video game and is also a spray for killing cockroaches.
Would you like some
chocolate? So the cockroaches are the people who sell the fucking game.
Would you like some chocolate?
No, thank you.
Okay.
This theme is brought to you by Fart. Fart Thunder, sorry. I think it's better that it's bought by Farts. I'd take a sponsorship from Farts. I love Farts. They're great. I've had some satisfying fucking farts in my life. I'd even be... I'd be sponsored by having a good shit. Just a really satisfying one that you've had to hold it in for a bit, and it's like,
you have the most weirdest sort of catharsis in life, don't you?
I have lots and lots of catharsis. You have almost no catharsis. Mm-hmm. That's probably why you're not super duper happy.
Probably.
It's brought to you by what you shouldn't touch. I mean, that's true. You better not have touched it. Guy tried to sell his soul on eBay. They notified him that he was either selling something that doesn't exist against terms of service, or he was selling a human body part, which is also against the terms of service. Fair enough. One of my favourite things that you can buy is an empty, which is basically a blister pack that has just a bubble space in it. And some nice packaging. You're basically buying just some empty packaging. And I appreciate that. The box makes me want to try Magic Spoon, but they're like freaking $9 a box or something. If they put Magic Spoon in the supermarket at the price they sell it online, they would never fucking sell any. No one would buy that shit. Because it's way too goddamn much for a tiny fucking box of nothing. I farted for a full minute once. You timed it? How did you know? Like, when did you start counting? Because I've had a long fart before, and I've never started counting during it.
Did you check your watch and then fart and then check it again?
Just happened to be a timer going on the wall. And you started farting and going, you know what? I'm going to assume, because I am being pedantic, that you farted for what was about a minute once. I'll give you that much. I hate things marketed as non-GMO. Everything you've ever eaten is a GMO. Yeah. Fucking drives me mad, the anti-GMO concepts. It's like, if you've eaten food that humans have had any interaction with, you've eaten a GMO. That's just like a fact. Magic Spoon is homeopathic cereal. Oh, that is too real. I have seen Magic Spoon at Target. It was expensive, and it's still there. There's a group that will look after your animals if the owners get raptured. The walkers have to prove they won't get raptured. Fair enough. Our Walmart sells Magic Spoon. Yeah, okay, so places do sell it.
Yeah, the way that
is it as expensive as it is online? I'd put money that it isn't, but I could be wrong.
The way that companies market their products is usually kind of tricksy.
Organic food. Humans are organic.
They market it in a way that makes it seem like you're going to get a benefit out of buying their product, when a lot of the time it's just the same as every fucking thing else.
My dog is a GMO. Then I won't eat your dog. I swear food companies make up stuff that's bad for you just to claim their brand is free of those things. Yeah. Well, if any of you have watched Mad Men, like, their fucking thing with cigarettes is brilliant and very accurate to what they do. You know, everyone else's cigarettes are poisonous. Your cigarettes are toasted. It's like, well, everybody's cigarettes are toasted.
Well, one of the things as well is like fat-free products.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, in order to compensate, because if you take out a
fat-free, full of fucking sugar.
If you take out something from a product, you need to replace something else in it in order to preserve it. Because if it lasts like normal fruit will last like 2-3 days and then decay.
Yeah.
Whereas if you want your product to be on a shelf for long enough in a supermarket or whatever, it needs to have something in it to preserve it. So they take out the fat and they put loads of sugar in it, or they take out fat and put loads of salt in it.
Well, it's not just about preserving though; it's about flavour.
Yeah.
If you had something without sugar, without fat, without anything, it would be gross. It would be really unpleasant to eat.
Well, it's the three main things is sugar, fat, and salt is the main things that humans seek. That it's our dopamine seeking things. So if it has those in it, we will seek it. Which is like why McDonald's is like incredibly popular, because it has the Holy Trinity in it.
Toenail clippings in a plastic pot. That's my favourite cereal.
Oh, delicious.
Nom 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 nom. There is a difference to making a plant yield better fold and making a plant resistant to a certain pesticide. Yeah. Okay.
MSG is not actually that bad. It actually has less sodium. Like if you're going for a low sodium diet, MSG is actually quite good for that.
I mean, it is just a salt, isn't it?
It's just less. It's salt, but it's less sodium in it.
Mm.
So if you're going for low sodium, like I need low sodium, so it makes sense to have MSG over normal.
Soylent heroin. I mean, heroin made of people? I'm sure there is a drug you could make out of humans.
Heroin is Moorish. Jesus Christ.
I don't know, mate. This heroin's pretty Moorish. Fucking super hands. So sick. This is a cry for help. Please do a Jelking stream. I will pay so much money. I will give you my dead grandmother's life insurance money. I will do anything. What the fuck is a Jelking? Like, I'll be happy if it's not something fucked up and would go against my principles that I have, and I hate that I have, but I still have them. I want money, goddammit.
Jelking sounds like the stuff that
if it's something that I can square myself with, then maybe. Don't make me look things up. Look up Jelking.
No, I'm the one who looks things up.
You fucking...
Joke.
Well, I just copy-pasted it into the old goggles, and a massaging exercise that aims to stretch the penis.
Oh, no. Nah.
How would...
it helps it appear thicker and longer. It doesn't actually do it.
But my penis is already so thick and long.
You don't need it.
I worried that it would do some terrible things.
It already wraps around the world once. Why do you need to wrap around twice?
It would all be audio. So basically, what you really want is a stream of me playing with my penis. I'd think about it. It depends how much you're willing to pay.
It's more like penis torture.
But you wouldn't get to see it. And you would never know if I was just like this noise.
You're slapping your belly, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you were.
Of course I am. Leaving it prone to breaking. Is that the penis thing? That's hilarious. Thank you, Sir Sick. I'll be forever in your debt. You pay first. You pay first and you pay a lot. And then I'll think about it.
Non-stop jelking hands.
Non-stop jelking action. Shit, that's a good point. I have looked something up now. What I really hate about, like...
Oh no, my feed for like looking shit up is so random.
The AdSense thing, where it just tells you what you've bought, is annoying.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it's a little bit creepy. But what I really hate about it is when I buy something... And then it still... Like, how can it not know that I've already bought it? I don't need 12 fucking Hoovers. I bought a Hoover. Now I've got a Hoover. I'm happy. Fuck off. Sursic Bad Dragon sponsorship. It would just be a Sursic helmet, wouldn't it? And not like on the end of a penis, just the full size helmet, and that's what you stick up yourself. And I've got a really big head.
A barbed peen. My first image in my head was like barbed wire.
No, it's like a penis with a hook on it. That's what a barbed.
Why would you want
That's what
that?
a barb is in nature. It's usually something that stabs into something and then grips.
As a human, though, why would you want that?
A barbed penis. Depends what you're fucking, really. Or if you're using your penis to fish, then it'd be super useful.
Just sat by the canal.
Sitting at the dock of the bay, dangling my dick into said bay. Mukbang is weird. Mukbang is weird, but some people are into it, so, you know, I don't judge them.
Culturally, it makes sense. But the fact that you got a lot of Westerners who have started doing it because obviously there's money in it, that's just weird.
Eating with friends, and I get it, but I wouldn't do it.
I don't know. I don't like watching other people eat. So
if I'm on a webcam with someone for a specific reason, it's either going to be business related or it's going to be wanking.
It's going to be business related.
It's going to be business related. It's going to be business related. Male cats have barbed dicks. I am vaguely aware of that. Why do you like to go after YouTube boys with slick gear? Like, if they can afford it, why do you piss on it? I'm working on a setup myself, and it is a bit of a dink move. I don't understand what you mean. Slick gear, and also, boys, what?
Slick gear, like slip and slide.
Are you saying shit gear? There's a difference between shit gear and being completely fucking lazy. And if you want to be like a good YouTuber, get better stuff. Like, when I started, the first thing I did was I bought a good mic. First thing I did. And I also made sure that I didn't use my own face. I used footage. So my videos looked better. So, yeah, if you want to show your face, wait until you can get... And it's not even that expensive. It just takes a bit of research. It's not hard to get a nice looking setup. No, you called out an apologist for having a nice fancy setup. Oh. Yeah, that's just because it's funny. When someone has ridiculously overpaid and they're shit at their job, that is also funny. It's all good. Like, yeah. It's also about how it looks. Like, he has like this really slick... I know exactly who you mean. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But it just looks... It's try hard. When you're trying too hard, it makes you come off as a little bit... I don't know. Like, you know that you haven't got very good points. Messenger, yeah. That's exactly who it was. So Sick didn't say goodnight to me. Going to eat oily nails. I mean, that is the only way to have your nails, let's be fair. Mukbang sounds like a euphemism for doing it up the... I had never fucking considered that. God damn it. Penises in general are Lovecraftian.
I would agree.
I would say that Lovecraftian things are generally penisy.
No, genitals in general are
I feel like before Lovecraft came along, there were already penises. I could be wrong.
No.
Lovecraft may have invented the penis.
No such thing. It was just nubs.
Wanking off the dock of the bay, whilst other eat better lacking mayo. I thought that was going to go song form. It just went weird. Play Scorn. I will donate half of my salary. Everyone should play Scorn. I've seen Scorn's the really fucked up, uncomfortable game that's like a survival horror.
Yeah. I've been wanting that because it looks gross, so I want to play it.
Yeah.
I like gory stuff.
Scorn was boring. Yeah, but didn't it make you feel like shit? I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Yahtzee likes the fact that it just makes him feel gross. Plus, you know, if I play a video game, that video game immediately becomes better because I am so talented and all that nonsense. I'll donate half my celery. I hope you have very little celery. I'd be very disappointed to get like 2 metric tons of celery, which is half your celery, which means you had way more than that to start with. Scorn is amazing. I played it 100 times back to back. I feel like that's not true. And if that is true, what the fuck?
I think you have a problem.
Yeah. That's not playing. That's an addiction. It's loosely based on Geiger artwork for Aliens, right? Or am I high? It's definitely vibed on that.
Yeah.
Cersei is getting a big head. How do you know? Oh, wait, no, you can't see.
He's always had a big head.
I have a huge head. And sometimes I get a big head, if you know what I mean. The original Prey was a lot better at grossing people out. The original Prey, when that came out and was still good graphics, was fucking... The intro to that is still amazing. You get to watch your granddad get fucking mulched. It's really horrid. Great game. I enjoyed that game a lot. The fake sequel that just has the name for no reason. And I think one of the reasons it did so poorly is because it had the name of a game completely unrelated to it that no one gave a shit about except for me and like 5 other people. The newer Prey is a really good game. It's a way better game than the first one. Yeah, everyone should play Prey. But
I'm still
Prey
waiting.
2016.
I'm still waiting for you to play Indica.
Yeah. I think Lovecraft's fear of sex, pretty much any people who are not Anglo-Saxon and the ocean inspire his work. Yeah, that sounds about right. He was a complicated person. He had some very fucked up opinions, but he also made some of the most influential work that's ever existed.
Oh, Milan, don't get him started. Jesus Christ.
What?
What is your most nostalgic PC gaming memories?
I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, you played games with, like, when you were a kid, didn't you?
One of my most fucking prominent memories is doing something really stupid. And if I'd have understood that I probably have ADHD, it might not have happened. But I got so fucking angry at Soulblade, the end boss, where Cervantes turns into quote-unquote Soul Edge, the character. And he's so cheap and an asshole, and he kept beating me because I wasn't very good at the game, that I ended up punching my DualShock controller. Just held it in front of me and went fuck and punched it once. Wasn't even that hard. Both the sticks were completely fucked. I was like, well, that's just great. That's probably the last time I've had that kind of gamer rage, because I was like, I don't want to break my shit. What the fuck? I didn't even hit it that hard. So I've never been one of those people that like yeets my controller across the room. If I get that mad now, I put the controller down and I just get pissed off at myself.
What is this channel? I'm new. It's many things.
It's bad. Run. Elden Ring is lush. I am so looking forward to the DLC. I was really worried that I New Gamed Plus my favourite build, and I haven't. I've beaten the game, so I can go straight into the DLC and get completely fucking ruined because I can't remember how to play the game. It's gonna be awesome. Most favourite memories of PC games. Dial up loading 578 floppy disks only to find out you didn't have enough RAM. My favourite memories of PC gaming was when we had a family computer. So it was in the living room. I had to ask if I wanted to go on it, and I wasn't allowed to put anything on it because I would definitely break it 100% of the time. Not that it would help me learn about computers. That's the thing. I bought each of my kids. They have a computer each, and they can do whatever the fuck they want with it. And if that means that they break it, I'll just fucking fix it. It's not that hard. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't take all day to install Windows anymore, so that probably helps. But it's really not like relearn to parry. I'm not a parrier. I'm a dual wielder. I don't parry. I just dart around. I play more Bloodborne-y, which does have a parry, but that's different. Actually, Elden Ring taught me how to play Bloodborne, so there's that too. I did not like Bloodborne until after I played Elden Ring, and then it was really good.
Is Egypt just a pyramid scheme? Well, the society was based in a very pyramid shape, so...
Cirsic left his gauntlet on when he punched the controller. I should have just taken it off. The game would have been way easier. Damn it, hadn't thought of that. I was no more than 12 when I did that. Very, very dumb age. Oh, yeah. And I literally haven't done anything that stupid in terms of video gaming since. I've done many stupid things in my life, but yeah. Nerd alert! Yeah, there's loads of them. You're surrounded, mate. Run away! Except the fact that some days you are a pigeon and some days you are the statue. Fair. My buddy kept a hamper next to him so that when he threw his controller, it was into clothing. But one day, he had an empty juice bottle in there and launched his controller across the room. Why did he have a juice bottle in a hamper? I can see why it would launch it, though. Nerds, where? Fucking get him! Friend of mine got Windows 95 on 25 floppy disks. I laughed so hard while hugging my CD-ROM player. You fucking badass. And now people are like, it's weird to have too much memory or any kind of it's definitely weird to have a CD player. But yeah, everybody should have servers now. Don't have all your fucking saved things on your computer. No. That's stupid. Have it on a fucking box in the other room. Assassin's Creed Origins is worthy. Assassin's Creed Origins was fine. I liked the wandering around the desert. It was pretty fun.
I liked the temples.
Odyssey was better, and the fucking one after that was wank. And then Mirage was just okay. Like, I beat it, but it was just okay. I used to work on Apple II once upon a time. It would have been fucking long enough to be Once Upon a Time in a Fairyland Far Away, since Apple II it's been a while. I own a CD player and I have it connected externally, like not in the PC case, like some kind of weird insulin pump.
Oh yeah.
I have one. It's not connected to the computer. I sometimes plug it in when I like wanted to put some CDs onto my computer, instead of like downloading the fucking audio off the internet like a normal person, because I wanted like a full quality rip of this album, because it sounded like every copy I'd found sounded like shit. It turns out that if you upgrade your audio hardware too much and the original copy doesn't sound very good, there's nothing you can do about it. Gauntlets of Jelking.
Oh,
that's a hell of a D&D item. You need to add that to your campaign. Yeah. When they ask what it means, you say, just try it. I'm two-hander colossal sword user. Ah, you're one of them scrubs. I'm a deck scrub. I like watching YouTubers play video games. It's cheaper and lazier. I like watching certain YouTubers play certain video games, but I usually like to watch them play it in really stupid ways. I like a good challenge run. I used to play games on my ColecoVision. Jesus Christ. The first computer dates back to Adam and Eve. It was an Apple with limited memory, just 1 byte, and then everything crashed. Fuck you, Benji. Fuck you. How could you? Do you really want to get the helmet even further out? I want it so far out. I want it to basically be disconnected from my body. Magnavox Odyssey. Are we just bringing up old fucking computers and consoles? Thank you for addressing me that my first attempt. Okay, maybe I'm boring, but hey, unconditional love for you, dude. Thank you, Alex. Very cool. I like watching people watch YouTube videos. What do you like? Reaction content. It's got to be that they add absolutely nothing to it. They've got nothing to say. They've not even got some fucking joke.
You mean the one where it's just a chair?
Oh, that's even better. If they're not even in the room, that's the ideal way to consume someone else's content that they didn't ask to use. You wonder how I feel about reaction content. I think there's good reaction content. I don't think all reaction content is bad. I am not reaction content. If you think I am, you don't know what the fuck that word means. I am response. Very different thing. You can tell because I fucking respond. I hear Moonsand is quite abrasive. I would imagine that without an ocean to make it, I'm sure it's more like less sand and more just like big chunks of dust. I had an abacus. That's the best computer. My favorite game on abacus was Addition.
I had stick.
I had stick and ball. I had stick and wheel. When you run down the street and you hit it. That's fucking old people shit. I like reactions from people knowledgeable on the subject. Yeah, there is good quality reaction content, and generally speaking, if they're saying something worthwhile, they probably know what the video's about. It's people who just stick the video on to keep everyone else entertained. Some of the fucking excuses for that shit are hilarious. Do you want me to starve? Said this one fucking reactor who is literally a millionaire. Fuck you. Get a job. In space, no one can hear you whinge. They'd hear me whinge. I'm so good. I'm the best. Consume my content, fellatio. Does anyone remember the game Granny's Garden on the BBC microcomputer in school? Does anyone remember the BBC microcomputer in school? I do. I remember this animation. I don't remember that game, but I remember this animation of a skeleton that was just the fucking best thing on there. It would like spin its little skeleton arms and then they'd fly off in different directions and his head would come off. It was fucking awesome. We have pareidolia. We see sick everywhere. Pictures incoming. Fair enough. Stick was actually inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame. That's a real thing. Stick is one of the best fucking things ever. There's a great meme that just shows a picture of a stick, and it's like a really cool looking. It looks like a sword. And some people are like, "Why are you showing the stick?" And then other people are like, "That's a cool stick, bro. Love it. I wish I had that stick." Consume my content. Is that how the kids say "eat me" these days? Jesus Christ. Why don't you just consume my content? Reach for your meter before you reach for your soldering iron. I mean, I reach for my penis and my soldering iron at the same time, and I've never had any accidents.
Down the hole it goes.
I can't remember what the name of that fucking action is.
What, putting a soldering iron down?
Not a soldering iron, like a fucking metal bar. Or I guess you could put a pencil down.
I'm sure the terrible people will tell you.
It has a name. I used to know it. I can't fucking remember it anymore. I grew up with a ZX Spectrum. Only about 1 in 5 games loaded, which was shit. But I thought that was normal since nobody else I knew had one for years. We had a Commodore 64 when I was a kid. And some of them were cartridge games, which would load super fucking fast. We had like 2 of those because my dad got them off one of his mates. But most of them were tape games, and they would take fucking ages. You could literally leave the building and go to the fucking... Like, you could go buy do some shopping and come back, and it would still nearly be loaded. But yeah, finding out that it had a cartridge slot, and if you put things in the cartridge slot, they just load immediately, like it was a fucking NES. It's madness. I'm fingering my device to talk to you. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that. On that epic note, it's time to fucking go. Let's fucking go. As in leave. We're done.
Enjoy your
thank you all for coming. And
enjoy your fingering.
Yeah, if anybody's fingering their device, enjoy that, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.